If I decide that I've been in that boat.
Okay, get out the boat. Get back on this boat.
No, I had a job.
And you quit.
And no, I didn't. I resigned.
That's quitting.
It's not quitting. Quitting is I can't do the job. Resigning is I give my job back to you. I don't want it no more. No, that's the difference. I have no problem with somebody quitting the job.
So, because it was killing you.
It's
So
killing
why
me.
did you apply to the same job again?
Let's begin now.
Got my first job at Comcast. Mm-hmm. You was charging me $300 a month. Okay, what were you doing with that $300?
You got some daggone trust issues.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. I'm gonna tell you something. You can't.
Y'all was in there shopping together.
Do not get married.
Y'all was in there shopping together.
Do not get married.
Well, I'm Mike. This is my beautiful mom, Linda.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome back to another episode of the Mike and His Mom Show. I am your host, the Mike Banks. This is my beautiful mom in the middle. I'm loving the hair, you know.
Mm-hmm. It is amazing.
Thank you.
And my sister, Shannon Shanae, far to the left. How you guys doing?
Did you say the Mike Banks?
No,
Did
I'm your host.
Did he say the Mike Banks?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
What did you say?
The Mike and His Mom Show.
He said, and I am the Mike Banks.
I am your host,
The Mike Banks.
Mike Banks. How you guys doing?
Good. It's something right here on the other side. Okay. All right.
Everybody's good?
Everybody's good.
Yeah.
One day I'll be the host. I'm still right there.
Must be.
It's right here. Let me see.
You need to go on
It's
that.
right here. Yeah, whatever that is. Okay, so you're going to start all over
No,
now.
I'm not. It's fine.
It almost look like you rolled the boogie.
This is authentic content you guys are getting right here. So, we went to church last night. Yesterday was Good Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we didn't go. I went.
I was going to go.
You know, I was thinking about this on the ride out there.
Uh-huh.
Because you was a nag.
Actually, I was going to ask you for a ride.
You were nagging me prior to me coming about my time.
Your time?
About what time I was going to be there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I had to shut it down.
Mhm.
Had to assert myself as the man and bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
Cut all that out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
What did you do there?
Okay. You see? That's how,
Inside
that's
voice,
how it
somebody
starts.
heard you.
That's how it starts. But I was thinking on my way out there, I'm the only one that's going to get criticized and ridiculed for not showing up.
Why?
I don't know why.
No, you're not.
Shannon wasn't there.
Well, I knew Shannon wasn't coming because Shannon had something else to do, but she made it online.
All right.
I knew
It's
Shannon
just,
wasn't coming, but you did.
it's
if
the
Malik wouldn't
price
have came-
of being the chosen one. So
Oh
I
my
get
God.
it. So I get it. How you feel? My mother
You-
preached
you-
last night.
Okay, go ahead.
She was the third word. How'd you feel? How you feeling?
I feel good.
How'd it feel?
It felt good.
It's been a little minute since you.
Been a little minute. Yeah.
I don't feel like it's been a minute, but
Yeah.
maybe
It's been a minute because I preached in far and few in between.
I feel like I just saw you though.
Was it a
for some
Mother's Day?
reason.
When the last time?
No, I don't know. It's been a while.
So like once a year is too little. Sorry guys.
I think that
She don't preach once a year.
I'm
No,
just
I
saying,
don't.
is that too little though?
No,
Because you said
it-
Mother's
it-
Day, that would have been last
Well,
year.
no, I'm talking about the Mother's Day opportunity she had years ago.
Oh, it was years ago?
yeah, well that night down when I did it at
Oh
night.
yeah.
But I think that one, you got to get yourself out there, get yourself known, and get opportunities. And I have yet to figure out how to do that. However, I just believe God is going to open doors now. I do know that I can do better than what I did yesterday, and I'm proud of what I did do. I think from doing it in far and few in between, for me, it's the struggle of the confidence in you. Because when it was my time to get up, before my time got up, when the person was doing the second word, I thought my heart was going to jump out my chest.
For real.
It was boom, boom, boom. It was beating so loud and just like, but I am grateful for the opportunity and to have been, to share the pulpit with everyone that was there that night. So yeah, so it felt good. It really felt good, because God didn't have to open up the door for me, and He did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Do you practice on your spare time?
that's what. No, I have not practiced. I have not, and that's one thing that I say. I'm going to practice. I'm
And it's
going
so
to
funny
practice.
because now that like we're talking about it, maybe you can use also like Ladies Moments is that platform that like you can talk to women and you are also it's not using the platform to practice, but like you are in practice by delivering
but also,
messages.
and also in practice too, though, is also though in practicing. That's like a different aspect to me, because when you're practicing preaching, then you got to write a word, you got to get the scripture ready, so it's a lot to that. If you're going to be out there, you got to learn how to really get the sermons written out, and be able to have them written out in a certain amount of time where you're able to go over them and go over them and go over them before the time gets there for that day to preach. And there's some people that that's really engaged into preaching a lot. They have sermons that they just write. They have sermons
like
they have
prepared.
Yeah. So you can, and that's what I want to start doing. Just have sermons written and have them in a book somewhere and have them ready. So when someone call me, I can have something already said, unless they have a topic that they want. But since you're so used to writing it, it wouldn't be as hard.
And I wonder if also for some people, see, I thought you did very good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I did. I thought you did excellent. Like me and Bryce was watching it, but like just with even being confident in the topic has a lot to do with your confidence in the scripture too, right? Because if you know the scriptures or the word, you know how to you can talk to anybody about at any given time, right?
Right.
But with what you're saying, preaching though is still different. Like it's a strategy
or
a structure. I mean,
but and I think not even with that. I think just really knowing and diving into the Bible, into the Word, and just pulling, because you can have a sermon, like I was struggling with which way I want to go. You can have a sermon and preach that. It's so many different ways that you can pull a sermon together out of one verse out of the Bible. You can have zillions of different topics,
right?
And they can all relate to that one passage of scripture. So it's that. Like when I first started, I was like, well, what do I really? Which way do I want to go? Do I want to go this way? Do I want to go that way? So all that, and I don't think that. I think one of the nervousest parts about it is it's good to be nervous, because that way you're not doing it within yourself. You call on the Lord to help you. So that's a good thing too. What do you think about it?
I think about what?
My sermon.
I think you did a good job. I think that is the side of mom that the world needs to see. That passion, that charisma, that delivery, that fire and brimstone, as I said it yesterday. So
what you make that face. What do you think?
I have Tourette's or something. Okay, Shannon, what's the topic?
So I just woke up to a lot of controversy in one early morn. I was even going to call you about it. And it was the bridge falling. And I'm like, what? Am I dreaming? And then, I'm not laughing. Then I'm like, Puffy house got raided?
Who?
Puff Daddy.
Speak louder so we can hear you.
Puff Daddy's house got raided?
Did it?
Diddy.
You said did it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did they?
Oh yeah.
Who did they?
Well, he has more than one house now.
They raided his homes and on each coast. Miami, I think. And
how many homes he got?
He probably have several homes, but these two in particular, we know.
That he lived there or people lived there?
I don't know. But
what they find?
Well, they're looking for like sexual trafficking stuff, like things like that. And
Puff Diddy?
Puff Diddy.
Did he?
I get it.
Did he? What did you see? What 50 Cent said? I think he said something like this: "It's no more Diddy do it. It's Diddy done."
Diddy done.
You know him and 50 Cent, that little quarrel. But it was just like all of the controversy. I'm like, what in the world? Like,
hold on. Don't he have them twin daughters or something?
I know, right?
Is it true?
Possibly.
Is what true? He has twin daughters?
No, I know
the
that.
sexual. So the way it's being presented, and I'm like not really invested in it. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because of my feeling I had in the early morning this morning. But anyway, it's more about like the way they are participating with the women they're in relationship with. So I think they say like the way they define trafficking is not like just taking girls from this state. It could be like his girlfriend was underage and like taking them across state line in their private jets. Like it can be just as simple as things like that. Yeah. But it's a lot of allegations like of, homosexual acts and blackmailing artists to always have something over them. So that it kind of gives him control or whatever. But this is the stuff that I'm hearing. I don't know. But the way they say, I think it's the federal government who is doing all this stuff. So
Homeland Security.
Homeland Security, yeah. Homeland Security. So they're saying if it's when they get involved, like their conviction rate is like 95% or 98%. So it's like a
you hear that?
High possibility that
I'm not going to the feds.
No, I'm just saying. But you talking about all the
you talking about
the shrimp?
Oh, the shrimp?
Oh, for the shrimp.
Right.
I'm not going to
because they can remember that. When our show blow up and they be like, one of the feds sitting down there watching it.
Wasn't he the guy stealing shrimp?
I'm not going to the feds for stealing shrimp.
He told. Let's just make this clear. Wasn't you joking about stealing them shrimp?
Yeah, I was a joke.
I know that's right.
He was joking.
Yeah.
No.
So
you slow.
So that's what happened in the earlier part of the week. Our bridge falls down. And Puff Daddy Holmes got raided.
Did you find anything?
Well, I don't know yet. But, I mean, it's all over the news.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. So, I'm up late night and this night,
Late night with Jenno?
Last night, I'm up. I wake back up and I can't go to sleep and I'm just looking. And they are now talking about Jay-Z, Beyonce.
What about them?
It's just I go down this rabbit hole until 3:30 in the morning.
You on the dark web.
It was TikTok. And they have all of these chapters to their story. Part 1, part 2, part 3. And it's just like, it just made me it felt dark and heavy. Like in my home, it was like a heaviness. Like just watching, and then I go to another person. Remember that guy who killed his wife and his 2 daughters a few years back? I forgot his name.
Here?
No, it's another state, and he put the daughters in like an
oil
oil. Yeah.
I watched the documentary about it.
Yeah. And I was like looking at this, I'm like, what? And I slowly began to remember when it happened, because it was like, some years back. And I was just like so sad. And I just went through my telephone.
They made a documentary about that?
I think so it is, yeah.
That's the only reason why I knew about it, because I watched a documentary on it.
Yeah, it was, right. And so, because he confessed to his father that he did it. And, but I went through my phone and deleted everything out of my phone. I just wanted like a fresh start. Because I was just like, this is just like horrific. And I'm thinking about like Bryce wanting to be in entertainment, like we was talking about a few shows ago. Like just how everybody gets so wrapped up in these lifestyles and we don't understand the evilness that. So this is the thing. When we're looking at, let's use you and your
Me?
Your sticky fingers. Like you never know if you have like an obsession, like not an obsession, but like some type of deviant, right? And the higher you go, the bigger your, desire to do something grow, right? It gets, and it's like we don't. This could have just started with if any of this is true, it could have easily just started with him just cheating on his girlfriend one day, right? And then he see how he can get away with this, and now he got 3 girlfriends. I mean, he had the twins are actually the same age as their other sister. You know what I'm saying? So he got 3 daughters in the same year, like months apart. You know what I'm saying? And like it's just like just things keep just snowballing, and so you become big, and it went from tuna fish to Ponzi schemes. Because we don't turn away when we recognize that there is something in us that ain't right. Yeah, that's just not right. But it's like,
and you have to get that thing under control, right?
Because it really can grow.
Yeah, it'll grow.
Into something else.
Well, you don't realize though in the moment that it's out of control until.
No.
Or maybe you're not paying attention to it until something happens.
I think you can when you can get away with something, you do it. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not even realizing that it's out of control. It's realizing that it's wrong.
Right.
Why does it have to get out of control to acknowledge that it's wrong?
Right. It's kind of like what you were saying about gambling. I only gamble when I go out of town. It's like it doesn't matter when you gamble. You shouldn't be gambling. Out town, in
Right.
town, in season, out of season. You know what I'm saying? That's the point. I'm not coming at you for gambling.
No, I
That's
get what you're
yeah.
saying.
That's the point. It's like it's never right. It's always wrong because it leads to something else.
To something else.
Yeah.
Something else that can take from the good things in your life. So if this is true about Puff Diddy, Puff done.
Done.
Right. I mean, and you would hope it's not true. I mean, but a lot of things are true. And why do about people, even with ourselves, you know, we have to, like Shannon said, you gotta be careful what you do. You do this, and then you look up and you did this, or the thoughts in your mind. When the thoughts in your mind come, that's not right. You're supposed to shut it down.
Right.
Don't play with them thoughts. Don't think on them thoughts. Replace it with something good. Because if you sitting there and you thinking about it, then eventually you're going to act on it. You're going to act on it. We got to be so. And nobody, I don't believe anybody is exempt from thoughts coming into their mind.
Oh yeah.
Or I think everybody has to deal with temptation.
Yeah.
Everybody. There's nobody that's not going to deal with this. You know, and what do?
And this is why I brought it up.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
Because it made me think about that time we was talking. I can't remember if I was one of the presenters on the show formerly yet. But we were talking about going to one of Puff Daddy's parties, and you was like, I would like, because T.D. Jakes was there. Remember
Right.
that we had that conversation?
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking about all of that. That's why I wanted to bring it up, because I was just like,
How
do you
TV
still want to party with Diddy?
Well, I would have been partying with Jakes.
You wouldn't party with
I
Diddy?
would have been partying with Jakes at the
No,
party.
Jakes is partying with Diddy.
Boy, no, Jakes was at Diddy's party.
Your
I
party.
think that's a difference.
It's
This is what I believe. This is what I think.
and okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let's say the party starts from 6 to 6. I believe that there's a time where
After dark.
for the
red
regular
light special.
for the regular folks like Jakes,
Yeah.
to just mingle, have a good time,
And get about it.
and get up out of there.
Yeah.
I think when scary hours start,
Yeah.
it's time to go.
And you, when would you?
Where
leave?
would you go?
He gonna stay with scary.
No, I believe
He's
in
like,
Jakes.
I was
would.
about to leave,
No,
but
he would
I
say-
always
he would
wanted
say
to
with
meet
scary.
her, and she just came.
Right, and
it can't be
no,
that
That's
scary.
the funny part. Why you just did?
But here's the problem. And here's the problem. And here's something that you thought about, but you didn't think about. When we was talking about the tuna fish and the stuff earlier, I said they see you scared. You're like, I know.
Right.
You-
That's
you-
how. That's
you know what
how.
I'm saying?
That's how
I-
numb we get to it.
I know that the cameras will see me.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you really think about that. And
because everybody knows.
But here's another thing. You know, and you're being tempted, and God is giving you a way out of temptation. At that same time, don't
You're being watched.
do.
Walk out the door.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Do it. Don't do it. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And we sit there and walk out that door.
Yeah.
And then you get slapped. But see, here's the deal. Then you get away with it.
So you do it
And
again.
I can go back and do it again. So is gout really going to stop you?
From stealing?
Gout is not going to stop him from stealing because he only thought about gout because of the seafood.
It's right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is gout really going to
Yeah,
stop you?
right.
Because the chips ain't going to give you gout.
All right.
No, I'm
No,
just
I wouldn't
saying.
steal a snack.
But what would you steal?
You wouldn't steal a snack.
Will you steal some eggs?
No, I wouldn't steal my eggs.
So you only steal shrimp.
I'm just confused.
Right,
I'm laughing because I'm like, you have a list of things you would
There was
steal.
Steal over
Eggs
steal.
was $1.50. I wouldn't steal eggs.
But you,
That's
you,
tuna
but
fish
you,
was
but
like
you,
70.
No, the tuna fish wouldn't scan.
but
I didn't steal it. I didn't.
you did.
I
You
put the
it
tuna fish in the bag.
Even though he didn't, we just talked
I didn't
about. We
steal the
making this
tuna
up. And
fish.
didn't
I
really
just
steal
put
it.
it in the bag.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Then we get to this point, like I can't call nobody and ask somebody some tuna fish.
That's what I was like.
You know,
I
I
could have cash out you.
Right, I can't, but this is and this is a good show, but this is really good for people to see that as soon as you get the handcuffs slapped on you, I got you. The devil. Or whatever that is, I got you. And you sitting there like, damn, feeling stupid about, or anything that we do, feeling dumb about a fight. Or shooting somebody, or anything stupid, just taking it overboard to the next level when we don't have to, and we can stop in our tracks. When we get so outraged with doing stuff. We get so engulfed with doing stuff that we tear our own lives down.
Mm-hmm.
We tear our own lives.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't we taught? I mean, like I want to make something of my life. Not have my life tear apart. Like I always tell y'all, don't watch what you text to a person. Watch what you say to a person. You gotta really be careful. Watch the pictures of y'all. Y'all taking pictures of yourself. Watch the pictures that you. You gotta be careful because you don't know who's gonna come back 10 years later down the road when you become that top CEO, when you become that person that you was always striving to be, and then here's something come to haunt you.
Well, you got to keep in mind though, certain people like possibly like Puffy and them, they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? This is probably a control thing. They have control and power.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But is that what power's supposed to be?
That's what they.
People use it for the wrong thing. I want to control you.
Corruption, basically.
Yeah,
but it just really darkened my heart.
Kevin Hart, don't you do that?
Do what?
I mean, like, mother, you just if you were to take a deep dive.
Blast Kevin Hart out like that.
Because I like Kevin Hart. Oh. He makes me laugh.
And the funny thing is that I've always liked Puffy. I like not like he was like some saint. I don't know him about his light. I liked how he dressed. He was always sharp. You know what I mean?
I hope it's not true.
No, I think
there's some truth in there.
It got something must be going on for them to like his girlfriend Cassie was able to sue him for so many millions.
And so get paid the next day.
Oh, it was the next day payment.
Well,
Western Union.
They settled like.
It was like it wasn't no going.
How long ago was that?
Like a few months ago. It just happened, and now everything has happened. So I think that once that.
How old is she?
She's old. She's a woman now. I mean, I don't know how old she is, like period. But she was. I don't even know the whole. Just like I think abuse, things like that. And they settled, and it was like 30 million.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I
might be making.
It was fast though.
But here's the deal. You built your whole life is built up. You successful and all this stuff, and it took you these years to build it up, and it takes 10 minutes to tear it down.
Yeah, but nobody is like you said. You getting away with it.
Right, and it's really because of your past almost coming back to haunt you.
What your past?
It may not be nothing you're doing now. You could be through with that lifestyle. I'm not saying him, but I'm saying in general.
People,
you could be done with it, and everything
that's what I'm telling you.
Back to haunt you.
Mm-hmm. Don't eat no more chips.
I'm chip free.
Oh, tuna free.
Don't need more chips. But yeah, so I just wanted to know what you thought about, as far as partying with the guys now.
Being in the mix with the who's.
And see, I think
with the futures.
But I think it's one of your issues.
What, being with the who's?
Nope. Yep. I think sometimes.
Nope,
I'm not to be honest.
Which one is it?
Nope. I think that you need to learn now.
Well, okay, guys. Let's center all of this. I enjoy the mix. Mm-hmm. A healthy dose of the mix.
There is no healthy dose.
It all depends on what the mix is.
That's what I'm saying. I can go out and have a good time, and I can know when to cut it off. Well, I don't go out nearly.
Oh, I wanted to say what you said about the scary hours. I was watching Lecrae. He has like a little podcast or something on YouTube, and he didn't say if he was at Puffy's party. He just said he was at a celebrity party, and there are scary hours, and they told him like, yeah, you want to go ahead and leave if after they told him specifically you want to leave before 12 or something like that. At 12 o'clock, go ahead and leave. And I think it wasn't yet that hour, and the stuff had already got popping off, and he was just like, what in the world? But he did not mention whose party it was, but he did say that there are scary hours.
Right.
And yeah, but like I said, that little.
But I don't even think that. For me, now that I know that kind of stuff is going to start to happen, I don't even think I want to go there.
I'm about to say, I probably wouldn't even go.
Yeah, I don't think, period.
If I'm knowing this, it gets scary. It gets scary.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to be there at all before it even gets scary.
I remember when I was saying like I wouldn't go to a Puff. TD Jakes shouldn't be. Remember, that was my position. Like you shouldn't be there. It doesn't look right. And it's like, well, people will say, well, why can't he go? Because of Diddy's image. It's not that Diddy and him can't be friends per se, like they can't have a relationship, but it's like maybe to go to his parties, it's like, you might not want to do that because of what you're trying, like you're going to something that is
Well, so maybe he
wrapped
went
around corruption. Not that he knew any of that, but like Diddy's lifestyle, Diddy's, his the way he lives, how we see it.
Is he corrupt?
Who Diddy?
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about, my
Right.
No. I'm saying.
You mean do we see corruption like in the media?
Yeah, but before that, I mean, how do we know he lived a corrupt life?
I'm not really saying that he lives a corrupt life. I wasn't saying. I didn't
You were saying more like worldly almost.
Just like his worldliness. That's what I mean. I didn't mean to say that.
Well, yeah, but people are worldly. As far as being Christians, you can't avoid everybody because your life is changed.
You can't avoid it, but you don't have to go to. You don't have to. That's what I'm.
So did he attend on maybe he attended where it was something just basic for them.
Yeah, maybe it was a baby shower.
Yeah, maybe he took
graduation party.
And maybe right now.
But I don't think it was. I think it was like somebody's birthday.
But maybe right now. Here's another thing to look at. Maybe right now, where he is right now, TD is the only one that can minister to him because of him going around him. Now he can call him for a ministering moment that will help him.
What do you mean?
Like he can maybe now he can pour into him. This is what you should be doing, opposed to that. We don't know what's the outcome of it. I don't know if he's going to get in trouble. I don't know nothing. But whatever, outside of needing a lawyer and all that kind of stuff, he needs to hear the word of God.
No, I agree.
Yeah, so maybe
I agree with that.
Right. So maybe TD's in his life because God knew this moment was coming.
Yeah, and I think God works everything out for good. So it doesn't matter what we sit here and give our opinion about, right?
Yeah, it's a disclaimer.
Yeah, because we don't know. Like, I don't know what TD was doing. I don't know. I'm just saying optics wise. It's like.
So where do you? I'm curious. Where do you draw the line with that? Because I don't fully subscribe totally to that notion. If I had to pick a side, I would pick against what you're saying.
Sure.
So where do you draw the line?
You're still fish. It's like on this way.
Where do you draw the line?
What do you mean?
Like because of who I am, I shouldn't be going to certain places. What do you like? Okay, what is it okay for me to go to? No, I'm not. Well, I am. I'm Mike Banks for real. In case you didn't know.
Mike Banks.
But where do you draw that line? Okay, it's not okay for me to go here because of my influence. Because I believe. Let me slow down. It's not okay for me to go to a certain space because of my influence. But I do believe.
Because of your influence?
Oh, because of who I am, not influence, but because of.
Who are you? What do you mean
not
by that?
Me.
Talking about TD. Let's put somebody.
Oh, you cheated. No, I'm fine with you using you.
Fine, let's use me. But somebody like TD, but we can use me for the sake of conversation. Your light can still shine even when you're in those spaces,
right.
and you can not conform. You can be in those spaces and not conform to those spaces.
Right.
You can. But that's like what we were saying about being tempted. I have to realize that I am still human, and I'm now putting myself in a compromised.
But you know your boundaries. But you also know your boundaries.
Right, and I don't.
We think we know our boundaries.
But I don't think that he's going there every week.
No.
I mean, he might have just went that one time.
Well, he might. He might have. I'm not saying that he should. This is all I'm saying. If I am a Christian pastor, I probably would not go to a hip hop mogul's birthday bash.
Would you go to? I'll see if I can say this without saying it.
Okay, but I want to say it doesn't mean that I wouldn't celebrate his birthday. I probably wouldn't just go around that environment because I know his environment. I'm not.
And also what I do believe is his environment knows him. So when he walk in that room,
that's what I'm saying.
Who, Puffy?
No, Jake.
When his environment knows him. So
that's what I mean by the light.
When he walk in that room, that light shines. It may not be for everybody,
Don't fight it.
No, I'm serious. It might not be for everybody, but I do believe when certain people walk in the room, there is things that change.
Myself included.
Right.
We know that we can throw some stuff in your basket.
What do you have to say in response to that?
I think
because you're saying the same thing I said, just a little bit more charisma and passion.
I think that is not true. I think it's true. Yes.
So pick a side. Don't.
I think that's true. However, I do think that we are dealing with people who don't care either. They might be looking at him like, "What you doing here?"
Someone might look at him like that.
Right, and if that
but I still think people are going to give him. then there may be some that act a certain way.
No,
But I do think the host, the one that invited him there, knows, and there's a level of standard that we're going to have for him when he's here.
But even what you're doing here is a sign of respect.
Right.
It's like, oh, what you doing here? It's like, oh.
Yes, it is. It's like, what you doing here?
Now here's
but it's not.
I know what my guy does.
Right, but it's,
what y'all be?
But it's not like a why
but
are you here? What you doing
and
here?
I don't think everybody that comes there is
down for everything.
right.
I
right.
do. Yeah,
right.
I agree
So
with
there
all
are
that.
some people there that's on the up and up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some people there that's on the up and up.
But I do think that based on you being in a community,
Who is this?
like
Me?
if we're entertainers, we know our community. Do you understand what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So I don't feel like we are oblivious to.
But what
things.
is your community? Everybody's community in every field is not the same.
I think that's very naive.
I think it's the truth. Just because I'm an entertainer don't mean that I'm entertaining doing what you do.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you are aware of what goes on in the community. I'm not saying that
or do you hear about it? You hear how can you basically say, oh, that's true?
I feel like
It's a feeling.
I feel, because I'm not in the community, I feel like just based off of just life experiences, like, yeah, it's probably happening. Or I can believe that. Or, I don't know, but I've been and I saw some stuff. Like, it's like what I was saying about the guy Lecrae. You know, he said there are scary hours. He was there a little bit too long, and he saw that it was scary. He had to go, oh.
Right, so he did see some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he saw some stuff that he was like, okay, that's the time for me to move.
Yeah, it's time for me to go.
Right, so he don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's not the participant in the scary hours.
Right, so, but he was a participant in the better hours.
He was still at the party.
He was at the party earlier. At the party.
So by your standard, he shouldn't have been there.
By my standard, now that he knows that they even have scary hours, don't even go back. Don't go back.
But should he have been there in the first place?
You shouldn't be there in the first place. But I get, if you like, I mean, it's just a party. I get that. I do get that part. I do. I'm just saying. I get that whole.
So the scary hours start when the scary people come?
No, I think the scary people are already there. It just gets scary. And they might be trickling in as well. I think that's my point. I think
What is scary?
Sexual immorality, things like that, drugs, all that kind of stuff.
It's about to get dark.
Yeah, it's just about to be bad. They said like somebody got shot in the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like it's like wow. It's a wilder life. It's stuff that
it's a whole different world.
It's a different world. We
right.
probably can't even imagine. That's why I said I just felt dark. Like I felt darkness.
Oh well, I wouldn't want to go there.
That's my point, and that's what I'm saying. Is like I'm like, man. You know, we can't be so caught up in the who's who, like you were saying. Like, yeah, I mean, you're such and such, and you're such a. That isn't me. I've always said, you know, people love Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
I like her music. I don't really listen to it that much anymore, but I like her music. I do like her, but I never really cared. Like, oh, I'm a fan of Beyonce. I just wanted to know, how did you manage to get this type of success? I'm just more curious about that because I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not trying to be your fan. I just like your music.
She's not be your friend either.
I'm just saying, like, but people are like that. Like,
Right.
And I don't want her to be my friend. She's now praying to Mother, Father, God.
Who?
Father, Mother, God, something like that.
Is that
like,
what she said?
Yes, I heard her pray. And it's just, it's sad how they become, you were here, you know, in a church, and now you're here. Like,
She wasn't in the church.
Remember that's what I was saying, I think, to y'all last week. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It is scary the higher you get.
That's my point. That's what I was saying. Remember I was saying that, I think, last week, where I was just like, you know, how do I know I belong here? Do I fit in on the red carpet? That's what I mean. Like, you really realize, and it takes me back to, like, just being in high school, for instance. It's like, you know, you have friends, but you see that, like, you really have, like, this one particular friend that is your speed. Everybody is your friend, but they over there at the table loud, talking, you know, the girls are fast. And it's like, I just know that's just not me.
Mhm.
So I just want to know, hey, how did you get an A on that quiz? I ain't really trying to come and hang with you and your girlfriends because I don't really do what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? So so that's what I mean. Like I just feel like if you go to the parties and you find out that they have scary hours, I need to be gone because y'all are scary people just acting like light.
Well,
They put the thing over the lampshade
well, people,
and
this
it
is
got
what I'm
dark.
saying.
Like sheep's dressed in wolves dressed in sheep's clothing.
People like to have a good time, but everybody's definition of a good time is different.
Definitely.
So is it
shooting somebody in the bathroom ain't a good time?
Oh no, it's not. But I've been around football players, Super Bowl champions.
There you go.
And,
Super Bowl champion.
And well, this would be the who's, and we were partying, and the coke came out. I said, "Oh, sorry, I need to get out of here. This ain't. I got to go.
Yeah.
Give me an Uber, and I'm going back to my hotel.
Yeah.
I ain't say my mix.
Right.
But to them, they're not bad people. This is just how they have a good time. But to your point, you saying you think people don't know their boundaries. No, I know this ain't.
But if you were a groupie or you wanted to be down,
Be in the mix.
Right. Then you start
and
doing
you
what
see
they
that
do.
these are NFL Super Bowl champions and they snorting. Do they snort coke? Is that what you do with coke? I always get it wrong.
You do both.
Whatever you do, when you're doing coke, you're doing drugs, and you like, I mean, they did it. Like, I want to be able to come around with them, and you might do a little line. Like, you never, like, that's a really, it's peer pressure. And sometimes we put the pressure on ourselves just to feel like we want to be a part, to be accepted. Yeah, I don't, Michael, ain't no way where you want to sit here and act like you can't be influenced. That didn't influence you, but something can influence
what I'm saying
you, right?
Right, but the
if you keep going back, you're going to get
around.
the
right. The boomerang boom.
But this is what I think personally. The desire to do whatever is being done in front of me somewhat already exists within me.
I think the desire to be accepted is possibly more than the desire.
Well, that's the root of it. But I'm talking about the actual example of what's like. So I could be one of. I still could. The spirit of acceptance could still be in me, but I don't want to be accepted this way.
Yes.
Now, if we now I gamble. Now, if we all at the casino with the football players, then I might gamble a little bit too much. Because that's my element. I already do that. But something I know that I don't do. No, I'm not doing that.
But I think that you're strong in that, right? I don't think everybody is strong in that. I just don't. What do you think, Mom?
I think if you keep going around that, one time you're going to do it.
Right, and that influence. It depends on how you see the people.
Yeah, or another thing, I don't trust people. I don't trust them enough not to put something in my drink or something like that. Or
see. It all comes back.
It's so funny you said
you
that.
Have trust issues.
But no, it's
I didn't say I had trust issues.
She did say because she did say no. I don't. She said she didn't trust people. But no, this is what I was going to tell.
You trust people not to put something?
I'm just going back to the wheel.
He's just making fun of you.
Yeah, well, whatever.
So this reminded me when you just said that they were saying, I forgot who it was or who I was watching in the darkness, that they will have the alcohol, right? And then they have like the little cups of cranberry juice, orange juice, and all that kind of stuff. And they're not putting the drugs in the alcohol because they're trained. Because we're trained to think that that's where you putting the drugs in. They're putting the drugs in the juice.
Right. That's why you.
Yeah. It's corrupt. And it was like really like like, and bad stuff happen all the time, but you don't really know how sinister your mind is. Like don't put it in there.
Just like that.
Because we gotta trick them. And the girls are underage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they
remember
might drink
that was some guy in college. I can't remember his name, but somebody gave that kid some drugs. He run up down the street doing whatever he was doing. That child got killed. Because you look. I always say don't put your cup down. You get your own thing. But now if they putting stuff in the water,
right?
Or what? Yeah. Certain places I just don't want to go.
You don't want to take. Yeah, you don't want to.
I don't want.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't like trust people with silly stuff, and I was like, no, don't cook my sandwich. And I meant that. Yeah. Like, I mean, I get my own juice. I will come to your party and not eat any of your food.
Any of it.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that.
Any of it.
So like, I mean, and we talking just because you got animals in your house, like, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if I'm at a party where it's heavy drugs and it's alcohol, and this is my point, Mikey. All I gotta do is listen to your music. I know what you're about. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean about TD Jakes. I don't need to know anything else. You put your life on Front Street, and all that other stuff is after 12. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, behind the scenes, go at home now. It's time for you to go home.
Well, maybe he'll change.
And it made me think about Diddy. Yeah, it made me think about like the fact that because when I was thinking, you know, Orlando Brown or whatever, the little boy from That's So Raven. Well, he's not a little boy, he's a man. I think that's but he like it was like just dark, right? And it was just so. And when I saw him, I was like, we don't pray for those. Even though he's like kind of coming out telling stuff or whatever, but you can see that he got all messed up. I think he was on drugs or something. And I said, we don't pray for them when they're going through stuff like that more, like Puffy. You know what I mean? Jay-Z, Beyonce, if they doing so. You know, we need to pray for them to come up out of what they are like trapped in because we think about the victims, which we should. You know, we do think about the people who are being manipulated.
They have a lot of influence over people.
Yeah. Yes. And it's so funny because I had prayed for Beyonce when I heard her last album. Because her last album, people always would say her stuff was demonic. Always. And I would be like, okay, here go these people, right? And this last particular album, not for some reason, but I could hear the things that she would say. And I'm like, what is she talking about?
The dance hall album?
That Renaissance one? Yeah. So I'm like, what? Like, you know, I'm just here taking, like, I'm listening. And then it made my mind go back. I think it's to her I Am King CD. I don't know what it is. But she says, I am the living word in one of the songs.
Oh, she is?
And I would sing that, and it had so much power. Like, it made me feel empowered. But when I listened to this CD, that one word came to me like that. I remember because I really loved that particular song. And she would say, I am the living word. I believe that's the way she said. And I was like, oh my goodness. Because now my understanding of the living word is clear now. You understand what I'm saying?
So she's saying she's the living word.
She said I'm the living word. And of course it's like, it's symbolism, but I don't think that, I don't want to say that she's saying she's Jesus. You know, I'm not saying she's saying that, but we know she shouldn't be saying that.
No, I get it.
You understand what I'm saying?
And then she got people that
don't even understand.
Right, and that follow. They got people that follow them
and
heavily.
That's my point.
And if they say do this.
Ma, have you seen the videos? Have y'all seen the videos circulate when they had her concerts? And that song, some of them go stop.
Yeah.
The whole stadium stops. That's the way her song goes. It's like the music just stops. And the whole stadium stops.
Everybody.
And then the music drops. Like, she has that much control. And everybody want to stop. Shh, 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 shh. You know what I'm saying? So I begin to pray for her because it's like, you pray for them because of and you pray for them because, you know, you want to be saved, of course, right? And then they have influence over the masses. They have so much influence. So yeah, I think that we need to start praying for the people who are doing the bad things. And remember to pray for them. Stop look at them like they're bad. Oh, they're so bad. Don't go. You know what I mean? Stay away from them, yes, but pray for them. Okay. You gonna say something? I know I was going on. That was controversial, wasn't it? Was it? Kind of, a little bit.
Well, the bridge fell.
Oh.
Prayers to those who were impacted by the bridge.
What bridge?
The Francis Scott Key Bridge here in Baltimore collapsed overnight early in the week, which is very sad. I watched that footage several times.
You did, yeah. It happened so fast, right? You can watch it over and over and over.
One thing that stood out to me is the cars that just made it by.
Yes. Did you see the truck, the big truck? I only saw the truck.
I saw the truck driving down.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about the footage where it's just a straight shot of the bridge and everything falling. I mean, I saw all the angles. I'm talking about the ones that's a straight shot of the bridge falling. You can see the traffic going and going and going. And the last car just made it by.
What? Say it again.
Say what again, Jen?
What'd you say? I mean,
they got all the only cars he was on. They got all the cars off.
Yeah, say it again. Like they just missed the bridge.
They just.
What you mean? And then the bridge collapsed.
Probably like, a couple seconds later, but they got off. But barely.
Really?
You could tell that they just.
I didn't see that. Can you send me that? I didn't see that angle.
They just made it.
That's so.
It's sad.
They say the workers was in their cars.
They were in their cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's more cars. I think that they're trying. They can't get to the cars. They think they're encased in the cement.
They was in their car.
Yeah. So prayers.
I wish they had some kind of loudspeaker where they could have just said, "Get off the bridge now" to the workers.
Mm-hmm.
It's tragedy. But prayers to those who are involved. Pray for the city, our leaders, because the boys got their hands full, man. And the families that were impacted. You know, the day it happened, it was almost bridge number 2 incident.
What you mean?
In my life.
Oh.
And we can end on this note.
I was trying to find the name of the company because I feel like the company. Wait a minute, the company Bronner. What's the name of the company they work for?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the contract. That's what I was looking for, the name of the company that they work for, the men, because I feel like if that was them, we just passed their trailer on the highway, like on 70 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're the people who were doing work. And I got sad and I started crying. Bryce like, what's wrong? I was like, I think that's the company that the men work for. Like the contracting company.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot the name of it. But right there, if that's them, you know. But anyway, go ahead.
So the day the bridge fell down.
Uh-oh.
It's not funny.
I'm not coming to bridge, but I'm talking what you can really say.
Not even 12 hours later. So part of my new position as a sales engineer, I am...
A sales engineer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes I drive the company truck
Mm-hmm.
to either existing or new clients to deliver presentations about our fuel efficient energy products.
Mm-hmm.
And why you look so surprised at what I do?
Fuel efficient energy products?
Hey, let me I'm having a high play in this moment right here. Go ahead.
So there are bay doors on each side of the truck. The truck is massive too.
The truck that you drive?
Yeah. And I'm with another guy.
Can you take a picture of it?
Sure.
Okay.
And I'm with somebody
Wait
else.
a minute, I have to listen closely to what he's talking about.
I'm with somebody else. So it's 3 doors on my side and 3 doors on the passenger side and 3 bay doors on the driver's side.
What is the bay door?
The door that you open on the truck.
Oh, like pull them up.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's the end of the day. And it's time to go home. You got to make sure all the doors and everything is shut. All is locked.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my first time driving the company truck.
Mm.
And I'm in.
Are you supposed to be driving it?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be driving.
Mm.
And I'm in Bowie trying to make it back to Columbia. And I can drive. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm bipping.
Mm-hmm.
I am bipping in Bowie trying to get back to Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
About a 45-minute drive. I get back to the warehouse, or the office rather, excuse me. Waving at the people outside, hey, we back. And they looking at me so perplexed, like, what is he doing? Like, so I get out and they say, did you know all of your doors were open? The bay doors were open.
You were driving with the doors open?
On 95 for 45 minutes with my bay doors
Bipping.
open. Bipping.
Bipping through the traffic.
With my bay doors open.
Where
was the guy? Where was the person?
Ain't
nothing fall out. Had anything fell, it would have been.
What was it?
It would have been tragic.
Yeah, for people.
It would have been bad. I mean bad.
It was stuff tied down in there?
No. Well, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just all stacked.
Right.
But that day, my side was a little bit more fuller than it normally is.
Yeah.
And his side was a little empty.
Mm-hmm.
And
where was he at?
On the passenger side. And you know, it's funny. I was thinking about the next day. Not funny, but when I drive, I always look out my mirrors.
Yeah.
And I did not see.
And you can see.
And I could see it if the doors open or closed, but I did not see that day them doors open. And nobody's honking at me like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Because you was bipping.
Cause I was bipping.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, but Still.
You were going too fast.
But
So I wonder if they even knew to say anything.
not that I was going too fast. I was just bipping.
Going too fast.
But it made me think about.
They don't have like a speedometer thing on your trucks?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll tell you slow down.
Okay.
But I wasn't driving that fast. It was overhead. Tell me slow down. I was just using the Baltimore language, just bipping, just driving.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was to know that happened. And I was driving for that long, making these turns, and nothing came out. What?
It sounded like a movie. Like, why are you laughing?
My life was almost.
Your life? You just would have lost the job.
Oh yeah, I probably would have survived actually. But
you probably wouldn't even notice nothing happened. You probably just driving off.
Oh, that's true.
Just riding off.
When did that happen?
It happened the day the breeze fell. Not even Tuesday. Not even 12 hours later.
You were so distraught that you stole some shrimp.
I ain't then go.
I
had a bad week.
I had a bad week. Let me go get some shrimp.
It was. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a little scary to know that I drove that long with them doors open like that.
But it's scary for who?
I can imagine like it being scary. I remember not doing that, but like just I can recall being made aware of something that I didn't know I was doing, like something like that, and. How in the world like did I
how did I not notice? How did I not know?
Happen?
Yeah,
like
what?
In the world? Yeah, I can't imagine.
That would have been bad. It'd have been the pile up on 95 for sure. It'd have been bad. Thank God nothing happened. On that note,
don't bet.
And don't steal tuna fish or shrimp.
And don't go to Diddy's parties.
And don't go to. I go to LeBron's.
You still trying to go?
I go to LeBron's. Tyler's? I go to Tyler's.
Diddy?
No.
Tyler party.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tyler Perry's cool.
Is he?
Christian man.
They don't be paying Monique. They pay Monique.
Oh yeah.
For money.
All right.
You know they say they pay Monique.
Living life is the longest thing you'll do.
You be out of it, don't you?
No, I'm like Monique, talking about the comedian.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Years ago. She still on tour beefing about that.
Still want her money.
Yeah, he's still beefing about that.
Well, why he ain't give it to
So
her?
he don't owe no money.
He feel like he don't owe no money. They had a whole conversation. You hear his voice too. She was on Club Shay Shay.
So why she won't sue him?
She ain't doing all that.
I mean, she must have won no shut up.
She's probably not gonna win either though.
Right. So he don't owe no money, cause she thought she could get it, and she's still talking about it.
I forgot.
What I mean by not winning, it's gonna cost too much to go through all that.
Oh, she ain't got it.
No, I'm not saying all that.
It might not be worth it. I think. Oh, you know what? I think a part of it is I can't recall everything, but like she lost a lot of opportunities.
That's why she wants the
Yeah, it's like she's like kind of like reparations.
How she lose operations?
Because they blackballed
her.
Like said she was difficult to work with.
I remember that. Was it true?
I mean, he said he admitted the stuff. I can't remember everything, but
was it difficult to work with her?
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't think it was that it was hard to work with. She's hard to work with. I think they just felt like this is what you need to do. So one of the issues was that she was they wanted her to do press. And I think she had just had her kids or something like something with her children, and she just didn't want to do it. And you don't get paid to do press. And I guess it's not mandatory, but it's kind of like one of those things that you just do. You know what I mean? And they like, come on, like, you know, you just do this. You know what I'm saying? And she like, no, I'm not doing it. Pay me then. You know.
So they blackballed her.
Yeah, and they just not just for that. I don't think it's just that. Like, you know, but yeah. So I don't know about. You know, and when you have such successes like that, I think people want to keep their success. You know what I'm saying? And then they just cling to other people and they latch on to other people. And then you learn from this person how to do that, and that person's a little bit corrupt, or you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's how you do it. But you rubbing elbows with the right person at this point, the person that you've always looked up to. You know, so I think that you have to have a level, and you have to have some integrity as you climb. You got to have integrity as you climb, and you always have to like let me measure it, like, you know what I'm saying, let me make sure I'm on the up and up. Yeah, because it's easy to get tempted into doing things that are just for your benefit, because like you said, it's here today and for 20 years and it's gone in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you can go to Tyler Perry's party either. You go.
You go to his party.
Go where you want to go.
But if you see his dog.
But if you see that there are scary hours approaching, or you see anything suspicious, you just bip out. And don't leave the doors
And don't be in the suspicious mixy.
And don't be in suspicious mixes. And listen to things that people say.
Listen to, you know what? Listen to your gut, your heart, your instinct. We all got that.
And don't be fooled. Don't think that.
I saw this thing. It had Michael Phelps on it. It was in my doctor's office. He's swimming. It says some people worship superheroes. Some become one. Some people be worshiping these people. And you don't want nobody to worship you, or I don't want nobody worshiping me. You worship God. And you see people like they're worshiping Beyonce's, and they be worshiping somebody, even preachers. They're worshiping. You know, they worship. People worship people when you're not supposed to be worshiping people. That's the biggest downfall right there. You do not worship people. You can enjoy their songs or enjoy their presentations or whatever, but look to God. And when they know living life is what? The longest thing?
It's the longest thing you ever do in the shortest amount of time, and you only get one.
His name is.
So whatever your goals, dreams, and aspirations are, make sure you go out there and get the job.
You don't get one life.
Here on earth.
This life ain't worth trying to.
So whatever your dreams.
You get eternal life.
We know
You know what I mean.
So live this life for that reward. Don't get your reward here. Your reward is there.
And while you're doing that, remember that his name is Jesus Christ. That was good. We're not going to add it every week. It's not Tom Cruise, because there's no such thing as Mission Impossible, because we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. I am Mike. This is my mom, and that was Shannon.
Shannon.
We'll see you, Shannon. We'll see you next week on the Mike and His Mom Show.
Time for another day. Hey, we're gonna have a good day.